Hello and welcome to the latest episode of EEP, otherwise known as EEPS. Today is a Valentine's Day special episode. I am your host, Preston, and I am here with...
Eren.
And...
Espresso, hello. I'm. If you're gonna tap on my voice, I'm kind of sick.
They could not tell.
I'm not love
They could
sick.
not tell. Shut up. Just shut up.
You shut up.
Just shut up.
I know it's ironic.
We have a lot of. I have a lot of topics set up for us today on this special Valentine's romantic extravaganza day.
Yeah, sure.
So let us shut up. Let's get started with the first one, which is.
Are you a lonely
Cut that out.
I know.
Love, which is kind of a cheesy thing.
L is for the way you lose.
At games.
I said, okay.
You guys even know the real song.
Yes, I know the real song, but we're not going to sing it because that would just be weird.
Hey
I like
guys,
that song.
Yes,
you know
we are very aware.
this
We
spon-
sung it at the sleep.
this sponsor is sponsored by this podcast.
This podcast is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. If
This
you're a
is-
lonely mother...
Anyways, what do you mean, my love?
I mean, by love stories. Do you have any, stories?
Lobster?
No,
love
story.
Love
I
stories.
thought you said lobster.
Yeah, you have any,
You have any
you have any
lobster?
lobsters at your house?
Guys, I got a story about lobster. It's
Okay, no. Save it for another day. Save it for another day. Another day.
love story.
A love story. Okay, how about a story of your first love?
My first
Like the first person you ever
okay.
truly loved.
I've truly
First
okay.
person.
So bless
Bless
you.
you.
At this way, what I mean. My first love. It was an online relationship.
A what?
An online relationship. You know, like distance thing.
Oh.
I mean, it wasn't for 2 months, and then it was, cause it was when I was in Mexico. We usually lived in the same city. We didn't live that far from each other, but we never saw each other because my partner never actually had the courage to ask their parents, to meet up. So it's kind of funny. It's a really silly story, but it's really long, and I will be here all day talking about it. So whatever.
Okay. What about you, Eren?
Mine was in 5th grade. Very complicated.
I don't think fifth grade relationships are really
Fifth grade relationships were
yeah, I know
boofing.
5th grade's yeah, I understand that, but having a relationship for over 2 years in that grade, I'm pretty sure that's way better than a lot of others.
Yeah,
They've only
that's
done
true.
for a week and
Dude,
be like, I'm done with
Fifth
you.
grade
Get away.
relationships were, as the kids say, boofing.
What?
Why you what?
So the first person I ever actually loved was not Becca, but it was a girl who went by Liam at the time, but their real name was Violet. It was back in 2019.
7th grade?
20. Yeah. I was talking to this girl who went by Liam. They kept the name Liam because they were trans at first, but then they went back to being woman.
Mm-hmm.
But they kept the name Liam. And I had a crush on them while I was talking to them at the time. And then apparently I found out that they had a crush on me too. So I was like, "Hey, you wanna go out? You wanna go out?" And she was like, "Yes."
So they were trans at the time.
Yes.
The time you started the relationship.
No, not the time they were starting a relationship.
Oh, okay.
When you started liking them?
I don't know. But anyways, we started dating, and it was cringy puppy love because it was one of the first relationships. It was one of the first relationships I ever been in, and I took a lot of inspiration from romance movies. And in the romance movies, you get all lovey-dovey and "Oh, you're so handsome." So yeah, I was that type of person, and it lasted for about 2 months.
I'm down.
And when we broke up. Speaking of breakups can lead to lots of heartbreaks if you are in fact attached to them, which brings us into the next topic. Your first
Look at that
ever
segue. Yeah.
segues into heartbreak.
Anyways.
All right. Do you guys have any like stories of heartbreak? It doesn't have to be from your first relationship or from your first ever heartbreak, but just stories about heartbreak.
No.
Because with love comes heartbreak.
Yeah.
No.
Go ahead.
It was the 5th grade dude again.
Yeah, of course it was.
Of course, like come on.
I could tell.
After 2 years, that hurt.
I could tell the worst heartbreak story, but that would take a while to explain
Yeah.
to our amazing one viewer.
Yes.
Shadow Gang.
Yeah.
Do you like chocolate? Because I do.
Yeah.
Well, some people can't eat chocolate, which brings us into our spot.
Just like a vaccine that cures like all of your like
Okay.
things.
Okay. With as many relationships that we've been in, we have bound to have some exes.
Yeah.
The question is, were they all sane? Which brings us
No.
into our next topic.
Okay, I
Crazy
you wanna
exes.
you wanna okay, you bring that up because you wanna talk about okay, right?
Aw, come on.
Okay, I thought about it. I was like, who, like, what's another thing that we can do that's Valentine's Day themed? And I thought of heartbreaks, and I was like, well, heartbreaks come from breaking up, and then that's how exes are formed.
Yeah.
And then I thought of Becca, and I was like, she was crazy, and I was like, oh, crazy exes.
How about... I don't know. I don't have any crazy exes, to be honest.
I have like 3.
I
What's
have
up with
none.
people being like crazy,
I'm
like
just
after
not
heartbreak? I don't get that.
I think it's sort of like them trying to cope with the fact that they are in fact broken up.
Yeah, but like just get over it. I don't know.
I don't know,
I
because
mean, you can't be heartless to them. That's why they're just, like, going...
like people's mentalities are very different. Like
Yeah, I know.
we
Some are
take
fragile.
like yes, breakups will like affect you mentally, but eventually you will move on. But some people don't. Some people like carve like their person's name into their arm.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to see? Just kidding.
And do you want to see proof? You want to see proof? There it is. B-E.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I got none.
I got 2.
The
what? Anyways, I got 2. First one was also in relationship one. I am so sorry. But yeah, her name what's her name? I kind of forgot her name actually.
What did it start with?
Anonymous.
Hold on. Yeah, let's just call her.
Let's call her Anon.
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 Sure, whatever. Anyways, so Anon, was so Anon, it was an online relationship, thing, and she was really toxic, and
Like how toxic?
Like I will kill like somebody else, kind of toxic.
I mean, I guess
not
that,
really.
I mean, to me that's a little flattering. But like, if it's like,
Yeah.
where are you going? Are you going out?
Well, okay, actually no, not toxic. But she was really immature. That's the
Oh,
word. Immature, like
okay,
really
okay.
immature. And the relationship is never like took any like steps further because it was just an online relationship and that's it, which is never meant to be, And also because
Yeah.
I also kind of also got with her because I was sad of the other relationship, which never do that, but I learned from mistakes, so
Yeah, that's what I did with Ava.
Damn.
Ava. Yeah, I don't know why would you do that to yourself.
I was like coping with a breakup.
And yet you.
I know. I regret it. It's my fault. Shut up.
It was like.
And it's better to eat ice cream than be in another relationship. Like I know in shows like all the time, when when there's a heartbreak, they like show like the character like playing video games and like eating chairs.
Or watching TV.
It's like they're
TV.
wrapped around in a blanket.
Yeah, they're like-
there's like the bags under their eyes, and
Like
they're just.
I'm so sad, and then the side character comes in and dude, you gotta get her back. You gotta win her back.
You gotta win her back.
And it's like, you know what? You are so right.
He's ripped.
Yeah, he's ripped.
I'm gonna get her back. And then somehow miraculously they get back together.
It's so funny.
Broke up 10 years later.
The second one. The second story. It's another person
Margaret.
called Kay that these two people know.
I don't.
Whatever, you don't. So, she's like
Cheese?
actually crazy. Like
I think you said
Mentally
cheese.
ill.
she went to those like it's not asylums, but like hospitals, like
Yeah.
insane.
So like the
Well, like they had like those socks kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, she went.
She went there like 3 times or
What?
5. I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
Jeepers, man.
Yeah. I really don't want to get deep into it because I think I told this story like countless times.
To
And,
us.
Yeah.
Now tell it to our one
Okay,
viewer.
whatever.
Yes.
All right. So we got together in I think
Which
it
was like a pity date, right?
Yeah, it was pittiness, to be honest. I know like all my relationships I told so far are like really kind of like not really that great, but I have good relationships. Okay, I've had good ones. Okay, so
Crazy
we got
answer.
together in it was December 2020. No, 2021. Yes.
Yeah, we weren't even in high school.
Yeah, I know. We were in.
You met her in.
Like that would be
I
funny.
feel really bad because the only reason that you met her was because of me.
No, not really. It was because our 7th period.
Oh.
Anyways,
She
yeah.
was-
Yeah, we met. At first, it was like a quote unquote joke, like her being with me, because there was another person who I'm gonna call T. That was like kind of liked me, in a way. And then Kay came with me, and she was like, "Oh, I like espresso more like than you." And then T was like, "No." It was like I don't know. It was stupid stuff, funny, silly, whatever. And then I think it went to a point where I liked me, and then we got together because it was pittiness or whatever.
I think any pity date is like.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
And then after it obviously didn't work after like several things happened that I don't want to go in,
Yeah.
and then we kind of broke up, and it's
And then she got really crazy with it. She
Yeah.
got really gritty.
I mean, shut up.
Her breathing, man. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh.
Man, she came to me.
She came to me asking how she could get espresso to love her, and I was like, dude, you're crazy.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for
Crazy with a K.
Okay, that's
Never say that. But like her grieving process, man, she got like so close to me, and
Ooh, the turn of the.
Ooh,
Anyways,
you did. But she got so close to me, and I'm like, back off, please. I have a girlfriend, and you know this. Like she knows, and she still did that.
Didn't she say something
Yeah.
about how she was gonna steal you from?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Like I would never go to K ever.
the hell?
I mean, now she's made like a huge turnaround. She doesn't even seem like how she was last year.
I know.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you don't know because you.
Yeah, we
you don't have a
don't
cla-
know.
You don't have a class with her.
classes with K.
But like me and Eren, it's like.
Yeah, we have K in our third hour. Stop it.
I mean, if she improved, then
Yeah, good job for her, but I'm not
Yeah.
being her friend again.
I'm only being her friend because she gave me Pokemon.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Actually,
bribing
yeah.
us.
Okay, hold on. Here's a funny story. She has
like.
like a really big, like I don't know, collection, and I think it's worth like hundreds of like those Pokemon cards. I think it's worth hundreds, and I remember she told me like, oh, we're gonna sell this and become rich, like you and me. She like he told that to me.
She told me she was gonna share that money with me,
That's so funny.
and then she never did.
Yeah, I know. She gave me like 5 cards, and they're like worth like $20 like together. So eventually I sell them. I don't know. I can like buy like a Steam game for them.
I could buy one cheeseburger.
One cheeseburger.
Jesus.
Can they say that? Well, yeah, that's it. That's all the stories I
Okay,
have.
here's my crazy X stories. Do you guys want crazy X story 1, 2, or 3?
Give me the Forbidden 4.
What?
The Forbidden 4.
Yes.
Forbidden 4 doesn't exist yet.
Yeah. Okay.
They like go to this feature and like check. Like, hey man, can you
Can you set me up with a crazy X?
Whoa.
Okay, tell how about the first one?
The first one, her name was Carol Parker. Yes.
Like Peter Parker.
Like,
Like Spider-Man. Yeah, Carol Parker, and she was actually my first ever girlfriend.
Well,
so Carol was a good friend of mine. I mean, not like a good friend, like not somebody I would trust with like personal stuff, but
So a classmate.
an acquaintance. Yes.
Acquaintance.
And so, I would sit with her at lunch, and she had this guy, her boyfriend. I think his name was like Donnie or something.
Yeah.
His name's Donnie. And like they broke up, and everybody was talking about them breaking up, and I was like, oh no, and she was so sad. And I was talking to her during lunch, and it was just a regular conversation. And we went out to the courtyard, and I was walking, and she was talking to her. She was like, "Hey, I got a question for you," and I was like, "What's up?" And this was okay. Keep in mind that this was like the day that they broke up. She asked me if I wanted to get together, and I like froze. Carol was not the best looking person. On average, she was about maybe about a 3.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
And I kind of like froze. I was like, really? This is the one person that'll ask me out? And
Fucking kidding me.
yeah, I panicked. I was like, yeah, because I didn't want to like hurt her feelings because she was already. I was like, oh yeah, and she was like, oh my god,
pity.
yeah. She was like, oh my god, yay, and she tried to grab my hand, and I was like,
That's so weird.
and she like skipped off to go tell her friends, and I went up to, I stood by a wall. I did that thing where you like, and I like sat there, and I was like,
What did I do?
and I was like.
And the microphone smelled bad now.
And then during 6th hour, I was in a class with her in 6th hour. It was me.
So is this like 7th grade?
6th.
You went out 7th.
Yes, because in New.
Okay.
In New Mexico. Yeah, so in 6th hour, we were sitting in class, and it was her and another friend, and they were like the type of people that would be like furries. And she
that's like a
so the girl her friend had like a big forehead. Her eyes were down here.
Big forehead.
Her entire face was like at the bottom, and the rest of it was just forehead. With the blonde hair, she had like bluish eyes, I think.
She needs bangs.
And she was like, "You better not break her heart, or else I'm gonna hurt you." And I look at her and I'm like, I won't. And then Carol was like, oh my god, let's add each other on Snapchat. And at the time, I didn't have my iPhone. I had this like really crappy hand-me-down. It wasn't even I think it was like a Samsung, and it was like one of the first ever smartphones.
Hey, Andrew's not that bad, man.
Yeah, but it was so bad. It was cracked. It was laggy.
Okay, yeah.
But I had Snapchat on it, and I added her on Snapchat. Like I wrote it down on a piece of paper. When I got home, I added it on Snapchat. She accepted it. I was watching a YouTube video, and it showed that she accepted it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Text message, and I was like,
is she the one that kept texting?
Yes, and I was like, "Oh, okay," and she was like, "Hey," or she said, "Hey, baby," and I was like,
"Oh,
well, hello, how do you do?" I was like, "Hi," and she was like, "What are you doing, love?" Well, how do you do? I'm watching YouTube.
Slow down.
Like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get something to eat. I went up and I went and go get something to eat, and at the time I was living in a small house with my grandma, my grandpa, my aunt, her 4 kids, my brother, my sister, and my dad. So it was a packed house. I was scooting through the house. They ordered a pizza from my grandma's old job called Pizza 9. It's really good. And I grabbed a pizza, and when I came back, I checked the phone, and I got like 10 text messages from her. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I opened the phone. And it was like, hey. Or it was like, oh, cool. You want to call? Hey. And it was like, hello. And she was like, you want to call? And I was like, and I went back to watching YouTube videos, and then I got a call notification. I was like, I'll just let it go to voicemail. I sat there for like a minute, and it went to voicemail.
Like a minute?
3 text messages came up. It was crying emoji, answer, please. Call again. And I'm like, I'm in the bathroom right now. And she's like, calls again. And I'm like, what?
You should do something like, hey, like, slow down a little. Like,
I didn't know, because like, at the time, I didn't want to, like, hurt her feelings. So And I was just like,
that's on you.
and then I was like, ugh. And an hour of this goes by of her calling, her like spam texting me. An hour of this goes by, and I'm like, okay, I can't do this no more. And I'm like, hey.
Let's break up.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I told my mom about us, and she wasn't okay with, okay with us being together. So yeah, we gotta like break up. And then she was like, oh, okay, with like the periods at the end of the sentences, so you know that she was sad. And she was like, I understand. And I'm like, dodge the bullet.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I went back to watching YouTube. I was watching YouTube.
I don't care.
About an hour later, I get another text message from her, and I was like, what does she want? What does she want?
Does she want? Okay.
And I answer the notification, and it says, you want to date without your mom knowing? Okay, dude. And
okay, here's the thing about Snapchat. Okay, so sorry for the turn interruption, but the reason I don't use Snapchat, like, there's like 100 reasons, but one of them is that when you get like a notification, it doesn't say what it is. Like, it can be like anything. And you can open it at any times, you know? You can be like, you know, just like, eating, the family eating, like, hey son, can you plug me the salt? Oh, of course. And then like, oh, the notification. Let me just check this real quick. Ow! Anyways, yes, father, I will pass you the salt.
Gets up with like an erection.
Yeah, you know? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Snapchat is such a weird social media platform.
It is.
But anyways, I was like, yeah, I don't really want to go against my mom's wishes, so like,
it's lazy.
No. And then she was like, oh, okay, you're the only person I have left. And I was like, okay, you trying to guilt trip me, woman? You. And we ended
Why'd you
up.
turn it off?
Yeah.
Because
Anyways,
I like the dark.
continue.
And I was like, okay, dude. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, okay, I'm so sorry. And the next day at school, she was like, why did you tell your mom about us? Why'd you tell your mom about us? We'd still be together if you told your mom about us. And I was like, well, you know, my mom really needs to know these things. Because my mom is my mom. I respect my mom.
Yeah.
I didn't tell my mom about it until like the next day. So yeah, she was a crazy ex. And then about a year later, this was around the time I was dating Liam.
Mm-hmm.
I was dating her. And, you know, I get a text message. I get somebody added you on Snapchat. And it looked familiar. And I remembered that I added her on Roblox as well. And her Roblox name had like Wolf something.
Yeah.
And it was the same username and I was like, oh my god. And out of curiosity, I was on the phone with her as well. I was on the phone with Liam. I was on the phone with her and I was like, oh, you remember Carol? And she was like, oh my gosh, I remember Carol. And so I added her, and she was like, hey. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up? And she was like, who is this? And I was like, you added me. This is Preston. And she was like, Preston? From where? Bro, we were in school together like a year ago.
What's up with that? Okay, I don't get that.
Me neither. But like,
I
was like, we were friends in 6th grade, and she's like, oh, Preston. We used to date, right? Yeah, we dated for like an hour. And she was like,
an hour?
Oh, well, you seeing anybody? Yeah, I got a girlfriend. And she was like, oh, okay. Well, I got my hair dyed. It's red now. And then she sent me like 5 pictures at once of her red hair. And I was like, cool, nice hair. And she was like, she asked me if I wanted to see her little naughty bits. And I was like, no, thank you. I have a girlfriend. And she was like, come on, she doesn't have to know. No!
She doesn't have fantasy.
Yeah, and then I told her that she was crazy. And then I blocked her. And then that was the end of Carol.
Yeah, I really hope where she is right now, she's eating apple pie.
Eating apple pie?
Yeah.
Why apple pie?
From the last I heard, she got back with the guy that broke up with her before she got with me. So.
I wonder how that toxic
Soldier.
is going.
The next story is, her name was Haley. Haley and I dated for maybe about a week. And I, apparently, did not know this, was a homewrecker while we were seeing each other. She,
What?
I was talking to her, and we were joking about, like, dating, we were, like, telling stuff, and I was like, we were talking about dating stuff, and I was like, well, I wish somebody would want to date me, and she was like, ... because we were texting, and I was like, what is it? She was like, I would, and I was like,
oh my god.
And
that's so romantic.
Other than unlike Carol, she was like a 9. She was a 9, and I was like I was like, oh, okay.
That's cool.
Are you like a 5 or what?
Yeah, I was like a 5. I'm like a 5. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. And
I consider you a 6.
And she's seen me before in person, and then from then on, me and her would like flirt, and then she wanted to make it official. She was like, oh, hey, do you wanna go out? And I was like, yes. And then for about a week, it was just on and off flirting. We would call, we would flirt. It was so amazing. I was so happy. And then she was like, hey, I have something to tell you. And I was like, what is
pregnant.
it?
I'm gay.
No, she was like, I've been seeing this other guy while I've been seeing you. I was like, I'm sorry. And she was like,
a roller coaster of emotions.
She was like, I've been dating him before we were dating. And I was like, so I'm a homewrecker? And she was like, yeah. And I kind of don't want to.
That's so weird.
I kind of want to break it off with him before we get back together. And I was like, okay. And so we broke up, and then we didn't get back together. We didn't.
That's good.
And she ended up saying how toxic I was, and I was like,
what did
I do?
What?
Yeah, I know. Tragic. And then the final one, which is probably the worst one, was the infamous Becca. We actually met through Violet. She was a friend. After we broke up, we stayed friends for like a little bit before we blocked each other and went our separate ways. And during that time while we were still friends, she got into a new relationship with Becca. And, she started like spam texting me while I was eating dinner, and she was like, hey, do you want to meet my girlfriend Becca? And I was like, I don't really want to meet someone's girlfriend. And I was like, fine. She FaceTimes me and then puts me in a group call with Becca, who's all the way in Wisconsin, by the way. And I'm like, hey Becca, how's it going? And she was like, hey, how are you? I'm Becca.
Like that awkward.
Yeah. And Violet was like, this is so nice. My two favorite people. I gotta go use the bathroom. And then left us alone for like 10 minutes.
I hate when people do that.
Yeah, she was like going on social media, and I was like, so where are you from? Wisconsin. You got any pets? A cat. Oh, okay. What's its name? I forgot what it is. Houdini.
You mind if she tell you I forgot?
Yeah. It was like, how old are you? I'm 14, because she was like a month younger than me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, my two favorite people, where you what? And then, okay, after that, somehow Becca got my Snapchat, and she was like, hey, Violet's been very distant lately, and I think she's cheating on me. Do you want to help me expose her? And now, I was pretty salty about me and Violet breaking up, and so being the petty little kid that I was like, sure, because I wanted to like expose her of something. And so for like a week, we were trying to find evidence that they were cheating, and apparently Becca got some pretty solid evidence. Yeah. And at that time, apparently she started to catch feelings for me while I was being the Preston.
Petty.
I was. Yes, being the petty Preston I was. She started catching feelings. And then when they broke up, I was her main support of I was her main coping support, because it was me, and the only two people that she talked to were me and Violet. And so, she told me that she had feelings for me, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, I told her that I didn't really like her back, and she was like, oh, okay. And it was around the time of Valentine's, and she asked me to be her platonic Valentine. And I was like, sure, why not? But then she was like, oh, wait, never mind. Oh, okay. And then after a while, I started catching feelings for her. And I told her that I caught feelings for her, and she was like, oh my god, same. And then so we started dating. It was a very flirtatious relationship, very flirtatious.
Again.
Yes, very flirtatious. And then it was one of those on and off relationships. We would break up, get back together, break up to get back together.
Toxic.
We broke up a total of 8 times.
Toxic.
And got back together. 4 of which, 7 of which she broke off, and 1 of which I broke off. But at the very end, 3 months before it officially ended, she got really, really distant. And I tried to reconnect with her, and I tried to do everything that I could. And then eventually I just couldn't take it anymore. And this was around the time that I caught feelings for someone else.
Ooh.
And so that's when I was like, that's when I realized that I've fallen out of love with her, and I broke it off with her.
I'm in love.
Yeah, I didn't tell her that I didn't tell her that I was in love with anybody else. I just told her that I couldn't take this toxic relationship anymore. And then she would try multiple times to get back together with me. Yeah. And then one of the times, one of her efforts, she said if I didn't get back with her, she would accuse me of SA, which was could not be further from the truth. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to block you. I blocked her on everything. And then maybe about months later, she made like a whole nother account asking for me back. And then I was like, oh, no, I don't want you back. And she was like, well, this is why I cheated on you. And I was like, what? You cheated on me? And she was like, yeah.
Are you guys an online relationship?
Yeah, and she cheated on me. And she was like, yeah, for like the last 3 months of our relationship. I was like, and you want to get back together with me? And she was like, well, not anymore. And I was like, okay, well, bye then. And a whole bunch of other stuff that Espresso knows very well.
Hello.
And yeah, it was just so mentally draining. And I didn't tell anybody about it until like 3 months afterwards. And that during those 3 months of not telling anybody, I was just so miserable. And then when my birthday rolled around was when I kind of started to feel happy again. I had my friends with me, and like it was like the first day. It was actually the first ever day that I did not think about Becca. And that's when I knew that I was starting to move on. And then I got invited to be in a quinceañera.
This was long.
Yeah, I got invited to be in a quinceañera, and then ever since then,
Good times.
And then it was history. I haven't really been that sad about Becca ever since. Becca's just been that thing in the back of my mind. I was like, I dated that thing.
Disgusting.
And apparently now, like, she stalks my accounts. And last I checked, she broke up with the person that she was cheating on me with, and she is now currently alone. No friends, no family. Only
How?
No family?
Besides her
Like-
mom.
Oh.
I mean, like, none of her family talks to her. So no friends, no family.
Oh.
No nothing. She's alone. She lost. I got the happy
yeah.
ending. And when I
What'd
saw that, that's when I was like, yeah, I'm okay. Like,
Are you?
I am.
Yeah, I know.
I'm more than okay. If I could do it all over again, I would probably have said no. I probably would have said no. I don't want to meet your girlfriend,
Oh my god.
because that would have saved me a lot of
Maybe
heartbreak.
you needed that because
Maybe.
you always learn from bad experiences.
It's okay. I mean, granted, she did teach me how to kind of love myself,
Yeah.
but then she was coping for when my dog Benny died, because I didn't come to you guys because you guys had your own thing. It was our friend Rain's birthday was coming up, and I just didn't want to get you guys involved with that. So I would talk to Becca a lot, and anytime when I was feeling sad, she was just kind of like there for me and I would try to be there for her as well, but she just wouldn't talk to me about anything, which is kind of like a toxic.
Yeah, screw that. Yeah, that's not good.
And the reason why I never broke it off sooner was because it is one of my first relationships, and I just didn't really like acknowledge it as something that shouldn't happen in a relationship. Obviously now I'm a lot more wiser about it, but
Anyway, okay, I know it sounds bad, but moving on, I actually got a topic this time, which is Stop being on your phones. Oh my God.
I'm texting
Yeah, okay.
my true love.
So-
you know?
I'm texting her true love as well.
How dare you?
So, here's a question like relevant to today. What do you guys get?
What do you mean?
Do you get
Oh.
anything?
I got a bag of chocolate from.
Yesterday, I got a box of chocolates from my Valentine. And I have a gift for my Valentine, which I'm going to bring tomorrow.
I got
Yeah.
a bag of chocolate from my teacher yesterday because she promised it to me, and then also a bag from one of my freshman friends. Today, I got a bag, or candy bag, from Preston's Valentine's. Okay, and then I got something in third hour. Wait, no, I didn't. Yeah, no, from somebody, and also V gave me a lollipop.
I got
Fourth hour, nothing much. Fifth hour, I got asked to be a Valentine's and given a balloon
and then you
Balloon.
popped
that
it.
I popped later.
Yeah,
on
you told us that before the podcast.
I know, I popped it.
I actually got something. Hold on. Move.
And then fifth hour,
It's an immersive audio.
or sixth hour, I think I forgot. Fifth hour, what's that fifth hour? Oh, that's lunch. Sixth hour, I got candy from my teacher. Seventh hour, I got another candy.
Okay, stop. We know you're famous. We know you're like really cool. I got one thing.
Pocky!
Yeah, it's Pockies. They are strawberry for them, you know, because you can see it through a microphone. But they're Pockies, and here's a funny little story. So, they are gifted by somebody I really don't know. Because the thing about not touch. Because the thing about these Pockies is that in my third period, I go to like, so there's in my school, well in our school,
In hours.
and there's like a science building kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
And you go in, and there's like laboratories, and you know, like there's only like science things, you know, that going on. But anyways, when I get in third hour, you know, I get in, and then there's this random guy. Since it's been like since like a month or two ago, he's just starting to like come in, and just like say hi to me. You know, not say hi, but you know, be like do like a handshake.
Oh.
You know, like that. And that's it. I don't know. I don't know why he does that. I don't even know his name. I don't even really remember his face. But he gave me this pocket. So
Secret admirer.
I was gonna say something, but never mind.
Say
No.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So,
How about you, Preston? Did you get anything?
Here he said.
Just kidding.
No,
No, anything today on the
No.
ballot? Okay.
Actually, yes, I did. I didn't. Yes, I did. I got a
Did?
candy
Yeah.
from V.
What?
From V.
Oh yeah, candy. I thought you got a good bag from your
Who's that?
Valentine's. Cause she had 5.
You didn't give me
It's
one.
amazing, Mark.
Ooh. I feel special.
Shut up.
Okay.
So, Valentine's Day is, you know, all about
Romance.
and more into that point. Adding on to that, love, and you know, one of the most weirdest things about love is love songs. You guys, what are your guys' opinions on love songs?
Some of them are cheesy, corny.
Honestly, I love love songs.
I know, he did. It just
They're
makes
like
me
one of
so
my
happy.
favorite. They're really fun to sing, especially like
It really depends.
Okay,
There's
depends which ones.
there's this one called "Beautiful Crazy" by Luke Combs, and it's basically about how he's like in love with this one girl and like everything about her flaws, her her flaws, her like just everything about her, even like the bad things about her, he loves.
Man, I love these Pockies. Sorry, gay certified. Hell yeah. No. Anyways, the thing about love songs is that it gets to a point where mainstream love songs just get like just get another topic, please. Don't talk like only about love. Like, yeah, it's cool, it's good when done right, because there are certain love songs I really like. Like, let me think of something. There's this Michael Jackson song called "Loving You" from the album Escape. It's an album like after he died, and like the song goes like basically the beginning of the song is that he will rather stay like the house like at the house where his partner is at than to do like anything else in the world, basically.
Oh yeah.
No, I think like it's really like it's really good when done like right.
Yeah.
But then like if you do that like over and over and over and over, then yeah, whatever. Hey, you guys, you like my anyways.
Can I have one? Let me have
No.
one. Come on, you.
No.
You.
These are only for gay people, okay?
Yeah, only gay people.
Hey guys, come on.
No, shut up. Shut
I'll
up.
be the stereotypical gay guy. Yoo-hoo!
Shut up.
Yoo-hoo, baby!
No,
No.
hell no. I really like how I got silent.
There's this one song. It's an a cappella song, and it's sang by this band named Boys to Men, and it's it's a really good one. I was actually gonna play it as the intro to the podcast.
Play it! I don't know what
Yeah,
you're
we
talking
can do.
about.
Okay, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Just so everyone knows what you're talking about, because
Yes.
I don't.
It's
because
called,
I don't know songs or artists.
It's called "Still of the Night" by.
I just.
Boys
Did you
to Men.
not hear me?
I'm putting it on. Jeez.
Wait, I know. Hold on.
This one. It's a cappella, so they don't have any like instruments.
Yeah, that's cool.
I
like
love
the
it.
original song.
Huh?
I like the original version.
I like this one much better.
Okay, so I got another song. It's a Mexican song by a singer named Vicente Fernandez.
Uh-huh.
He died like 2 years ago, I think.
L.
Shut up. He was like really legendary, so don't say that's a Mexican. Anyways, so there's one song called Un Millón de Primaveras, which means 1,000 springs, basically.
Huh.
And basically, what the song is about is that he will stop loving his partner after 1,000 springs, basically.
I think I heard something.
So like forever, for eternity.
Wow.
Because the thing about like like love songs in Mexico is that for some reason I can't remember why right now. Historically, poems and like poetry and art from Mexico was really like romantic and like really about love. So I think it's really cool, like when you transform like that art into like songs and everything, because you got like really cool like poetry and like it's really romantic and cool,
Mm-hmm.
That's why like in Mexican culture, there's like this thing. I'm so sorry, but I can't remember right now what's it called. But it's called serenata. Basically, what it means is like when you go up like late at night or like in the morning or like like basically at night.
Mm-hmm.
You go up when like everybody's asleep. Like you go to your partner, to your crush, the one that you love, house. So you go to their house and you're like outside, and you have like a band like of a mariachi, and you start singing a song, and they wake up and they go to the window and they hear you like they hear the song, because it's for you, it's for your love. It's really cool. It's really romantic.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Okay. Are we out of time?
No.
We got time.
We actually we are.
We are out of time.
Yeah, because I gotta go in
Okay, so that concludes. Or what have we done? What have we learned today? We haven't learned anything, but like, what have we talked about today? We talked about
Love.
crazy exes,
Relationship.
crazy exes,
First love.
heartbreak,
What you got for Valentine's Day?
heartbreak, love songs,
Yes, heartbreak. Love songs.
and
I got
that is a very Valentine's Day themed episode. No, these guys don't.
Nintendo Wii?
I hope you. we hope you enjoyed this
Yes.
Valentine's special episode if it ever comes out.
I really hope you didn't enjoy this.
Episode
Like,
of-
I actually
of-
like. I wanted to. Like,
Shut up! We hope you enjoyed this Valentine's Day episode of Eep.
And hope you had a great Valentine's Day.
And if you didn't, kill yourself.
kill yourself.
Cut that out. If you didn't get a Valentine's today, our deepest apologies. Everybody deserves love, and hopefully you will find yours soon.
Yes.
Okay, so here's a little thing. I know it's a goodbye, but my opinion on Valentine is that if you don't find love, that's alright. It's just another day.
Yeah, it's just another day. Just go kill your grandma or something.
Oh my god.
These things take time, and you don't have to like necessarily find love.
Unless you're speedrunning it.
You wanna see some
Speedrunning
real-
getting a girlfriend.
Hell yeah!
He's just like any percent.
You wanna know what the percent for that is. But yeah, this has been a great episode. Thank you for tuning in and
Yes.
listening. Have a pokey.
And as always, we hope you enjoy. Okay.
I hate you! I hate